Okay, now that we've exported the campaign from Google Ads Editor, we'll walk through a Python script that automates translating Google Ads campaigns into multiple languages using ChatGPT. Let's dive in. Alright, so this is the script here. It's in Jupyter Notebook, and I'm going to walk you through, at a high level, what each of the different steps does. Alright, so initially, we're importing libraries, we're importing OpenAI for translations, pandas for data handling, .env2 to load the OpenAI API key securely, and we're keeping the API key in an environment file to keep it private for now. Then the second cell we have a language dictionary, so it maps the Google Ads language names to their codes. For example, Arabic is AR, we have, for example, Spanish is ES, and you want to ensure that your target language exists in this dictionary up here. Then we have inputs, some inputs here for the folder and the file, the exported Google Ads campaign file, and then we have the target language for the language that we want to translate our campaign into, and then start date for the desired start date of our campaign. Here we're loading the API key, the OpenAI API key. You're going to have to obtain an API key from OpenAI to be able to do this. I'll put a link in the description, and then I'm selecting the ChatGPT model that I want to use for the translation. Here we have different prompts. So we have a prompt for headlines, descriptions, and display paths. And this is to enforce a character limit, because we have a limit of 30, 90, and 15 characters for respectively for each of these three. And we want to be sure that ChatGPT adheres to these limits. Okay, we have a function to just translate the text, and then we have another function, rewrite underscore text. And what this function does is it will try to translate the text up to 5 times, each time checking if it exceeds the max character limit for headlines. So if it exceeds, or descriptions or display paths exceeds, for example, headlines is like greater than 30 length, so 33 characters long, it'll retry, it'll do the prompt again, and it'll try to translate it again into in order to adhere to the limit, and it tries up to 5 times, and then still, if after that it's still longer than 30 characters long, then it'll just like truncate that headline so it's 30 characters long. It's an important thing to know. We're reading in our exported Google Ads campaign CSV here and specifying each of the columns that we want to translate. And one thing that I'll note here is especially I think as it pertains to a keyword, you want to, and overall you want to double check everything at the end and make sure the translations are kind of like natural and like written in the way that people actually speak or write. And especially for keywords, you may find that the translated version of the keyword isn't the way that people would search for the thing or the product or service on Google. So you want to be sure to like adjust it for however people naturally search for said product or service. Okay, then here we're replacing the campaign start date, placing the language code, and then we're going to go through and translate the different columns: campaign, ad group, headline, description, and display path, and then the keyword columns. Then after that, we're just going to print the data frame, check it, and then we're going to export the file as a CSV to be later. And then in the third part, we're going to be uploading it to our Google Ads account. All right, so it's pretty fast script. Restart run all. Takes about a minute or so. Alright, now it's done, and we can go to our folder to check out the file. Here it is. Let's open it up. Alright, and we can see campaign translated. We can do our checks on like the different columns that we translated. Make sure that everything is okay. Looking at the keywords here. Oops. And then like the headlines. You can go through and then we can see and verify that everything is, correct. Right? So this is, again, thank you for watching. This is part 2 of the 3-part series. In the final video, we'll upload this translated campaign directly to Google Ads using Google Ads Editor. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe.